The Sumerians, the first civilization in human history, before empires, before Rome, before Egypt's pyramids dominated the horizon. There were the Sumerians. They lived in southern Mesopotamia more than 5,000 years ago, and many historians consider them the world's first true civilization. Not the first humans, not the first farmers, but the first to build organized cities, develop writing, create complex religion, and structure society in ways that shaped everything that followed. The Sumerians did not simply survive. They engineered society. They built cities like Uruk, Ur-Eridu, and Lagash. These were not small villages. They were structured urban centers with walls, temples, markets, irrigation systems, and political organization. At the center of each city stood a ziggurat, a massive stepped temple built to connect heaven and earth. These towering structures symbolized the link between humans and their gods. The Sumerians believed their gods controlled everything: floods, crops, war, fertility, and fate itself. Unlike later religions that emphasized morality, Sumerian gods were unpredictable and powerful. Humans were created, according to Sumerian myth, to serve the gods, to maintain temples, and sustain divine order. But perhaps the most revolutionary Sumerian invention was writing, cuneiform. At first, it was used for record keeping, trade, grain storage, taxes. Over time, it evolved into literature, law, and myth. The earliest known written story in human history, the Epic of Gilgamesh, emerged from Sumerian culture. Without Sumerian writing, history as we know it would not exist. They also developed mathematics based on a base 60 system, which is why we divide hours into 60 minutes and circles into 360 degrees today. Their astronomical observations helped lay the groundwork for later scientific traditions. Their legal systems influenced later law codes, including Hammurabi's. But what makes the Sumerians mysterious is not just their achievements. It is their sudden emergence. There is still debate about where the Sumerians came from. Their language does not clearly connect to other major language families. Their rapid development of complex urban life appears sudden in the archaeological record. Some historians argue that environmental factors allowed rapid growth. Others suggest cultural blending over centuries. The truth is that the Sumerians appear in history already advanced. And then, over time, they fade. They were absorbed by the Akkadians. Their political power declined. Their language stopped being spoken, though it remained used for religious and scholarly purposes. The Sumerians did not vanish in catastrophe. They were gradually replaced. Every city that followed inherited their blueprint. Every empire that rose built on foundations they established: writing, law, urban planning, religion, even the concept of kingship. The Sumerians were not just the first civilization. They were the template. Yet many questions remain. Where exactly did they originate? How did they develop so quickly? How much of their knowledge has been lost in untranslated tablets still buried underground? The sands of Mesopotamia still hide fragments of clay tablets. Each one could change our understanding. The Sumerians began recorded human history. And yet, thousands of years later, we are still trying to fully understand them. Did you know about the Sumerians?